We haven't come to overseas nearly as much as we wanted to. Yeah, this is the first festival outside of America that we've ever headlined. And it feels great. I started Bleachers at a time when a lot of the people that I had grown up playing music with had just sort of fallen away. And then I made this album that I loved, which was the first Bleachers album, and then put a band together to start touring. And then it just slowly, almost in the opposite, became kind of the most real band, because I found people a bit later in life who loved touring as much as I did. There's Hutch, who's the drummer, immovable wall of tone and time. We have another drummer, Riddles, who also plays like a lot of the different bell parts, whether it's tubular bells or sort of glockenspiel. Evan Smith is the saxophone and key player. And we really developed this rapport between us that was just sort of like one-upping each other and one-upping each other with the audience with us, so it becomes kind of explosive. Zem is the newest member of this band. He plays horn, also in keys. Such a brilliant player and just so opposite from how Evan plays. Mikey plays bass and sings and guitar and keys. We really fuck stuff up. I mean, we kind of go into places with the intention of just really emotionally burning it to the ground. All my favorite music comes from somewhere.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The central focus point for me is growing up and reporting from my town in New Jersey. That's how I see the world. So, you know, to me, the specific sound of that is like, New Jersey's on the coast. I grew up a lot of time by the beach. Like the beach, I feel like there's like horns, specifically saxophones, very coastal instruments. In that kind of pocket right in New Jersey, they're very sad. It's very get me the fuck out of here, / this is the best place on earth. And you put those things together, there's like a sandpaper to it, there's a rub to that. Because growing up there was always about leaving there, whilst having a deep pride about being from there. Bleachers is sort of the ultimate live performance that you're a part of. I'm on like from like a more place. So like if people are going nuts, I'm like trying to meet them and then trying to pull them higher and then trying to get pulled higher. Us in the crowd are the show. You know, the dream is that Bleachers and our audience are trying to create almost like a third thing. Us in the crowd are moving as one big unit, a third party that's been like designed by the two. The sound of this album is the band being produced in the studio, but really only using the takes and only using the songs and the feelings from that space that feels like it's parallel to this kind of magic I'm talking about live. That's what the production of this album is. That's what the sound of this album is. These are actually the last 2 shows of the whole album cycle. We're playing a Barn on the Farm in Finsbury tomorrow. It's this weird rubber band between saying goodbye to one conversation we've been having and starting to sow the seeds of the next.